Hi dragons, I'm back. So I'm here to start the second full week of Get a Clue, but it's gonna probably be the third vlog because I did a weekend vlog, and I'm just waiting for a prompt. The problem is I don't feel like I want to roll for anything because I don't know what the next room is, and I know we're expecting the prompt like pretty imminently, so I think I'm gonna do the smart thing. I have two audiobooks. I'm technically in the middle of reading just because I started one when I was putting my laundry away. So I'm listening to The Rival by Emma Lord. I will attach a photo here. TBR, and I don't know if it's actually going to get read this month, but I did start it. I'm also reading Court of Winter by Krista Street, but I'm doing a buddy read with a friend of mine. So I'll attach a photo of that here. We're going to the ballroom. If I heard all the hints correctly, that's where we're going. And during the week, I tend to read the little, like I don't read it little, but on Mondays I do. So I was hoping if we got our prompt drop, it would drop today and I could kind of busy my way through it. But I don't really want to choose anything until that is decided. But I know it's the Super Bowl. I know Rainey watches the Super Bowl. I personally don't watch the Super Bowl, if you happen to be wondering. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to pick up Unhallowed Halls by Lily Wilkinson as a book that I'm sort of unsure about, that is a prompt that I've had to read. I'm going to read this. I have read two books by Lily Wilkinson in the past, liked both of them. This is very, very different, and I don't know how I'm feeling. I've really struggled. I'm really struggling feeling connected to characters right now. I had another book that I was supposed to read and I wound up DNFing it, so I'm going to start this. I have no idea what the prompt is going to be, but I do know that I do want, so I'm going to read this, see how far I could get into this book, and see how, like, paced it is, and then I'm going to kind of make a decision. I also do need to put my laundry away. This week is the last week before break, and then we're going to be off for, like, a week, so I'm trying to, like, prep everything for that as well. And we're also getting another snowstorm. Like, this whole week is going to be crappy, crappy weather. And I do have to bring books for my coworkers because they want to read Onyx Storm and Fourth Wing, so I have to do that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go start this book and hope that I can get at least 25% in and give you guys my thoughts and count this as eventually as a bonus prompt, but I do know I may have to put this book down, and that is okay. But I am going to pick it up. I am going to read it, see how far I could get. I have liked her books in the past, but they haven't hit, and I haven't loved all the character choices that they made, but they are sapphic, which is good. She is sapphic as well, so kind of for that. And yeah, that is where we are. And I know the second I, like, go to, like, sit down to read, she'll drop the prompt, and then I'm gonna have to, like, come back here. So yeah, that's where we are. But I'm gonna read Unhallowed Halls. I don't have an audiobook. That is a decision I'm gonna make. When I have an audiobook, I will pick it, because that's probably gonna be the book that I finish first. Unless by some bizarre reason I get a lot of physically reading done tomorrow. I don't know. So I'll be back when there's an update. If you don't see, you'll either see me when I have read 25% of this or when we have a prompt drop. One of the two. Bye. Hi, Big Dragons. So this morning I was teaching. Mondays is, as I keep saying, is always my busiest day. But I get the least done. I accomplish the least on Mondays because I have a few periods off and I'm in the middle of writing a unit for the next 6 weeks, and I'm just, like, not really focused on listening to an audiobook. So I do not know how this tomorrow is going to go. If I'm going to get much reading done. But we did drop a prompt. We're going to the ballroom. And it's a bit of, like, a vague prompt. Like, it just has to have elegance. So you could have, like, a special edition. You could read a book that has, like, royals and kings in the title. You can go a lot of different directions with this. So I picked up an audiobook that I might try to read tomorrow. And it's called Never Blow a Kiss. And it's a Regency romance that has spies in it, but then I also have some special editions I might read. So I have Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambor, which is, this is my new edition. It's so, 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 so pretty. And then I also have The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. So these are probably going to be the books I'm going to, like, start with. I did wind up getting home a little bit earlier. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to read the first 2 chapters of this, because when I was trying to read it, I was struggling, like, hardcore with it. And it wasn't, like, I wasn't retaining any information with that. So I think tomorrow I may just have to listen to some Taylor Swift music, like when I'm, you know, like doing my actual editing, because we're heading on a break and I want to like head to break not having to worry about anything. So yeah, but also I do want to like make sure that I make some progress. So my goal right now is, as long as nothing else happens, I'm going to make this my physical book and this my audiobook. But I don't know. It may become a book that I just listen to it physically and read it. I do not know. But I definitely, this is my pretty edition, and I did get an ARC of it at Comic-Con. And oh my god, this book is just stunning. And we just look at these end papers. Oh my goodness. And I love a blue book. So if there's a blue like end things into this, I will definitely keep it. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to read a chapter. I'm gonna read 2 chapters of this, 2 chapters of this, and kind of like know what I'm doing, and then kind of feel like I'm settled. But I know tomorrow's gonna be a bit of a busy day, because tomorrow I have rehearsal after work. It's career day. And I gotta get that unit like written and planned. So yeah, I just have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'm gonna start this and start this. And maybe on the train tomorrow, I can start the audiobook, like get a little bit deeper, because I'm just like, my brain is not focusing as much as I would like it to focus. So yeah, but yeah, these are my options. Hopefully something works. And if worse comes to worse, I can also pick this up, because it is a book that I have wanted to read. But yeah, my goal is to try to read my books as they come in the mail, and this literally just came in the mail. I also am waiting for my newest Fairy Loot box, which had a book that I really did want to read this month. So, but I don't know if that's the actual book. So, all right. But yeah, I'm gonna go read a little bit of this, and then when I have an update, if I get up to 50 pages in something, I will try to give you guys an update tonight. But I'm just happy that I sat down and updated you, which doesn't always happen during the week. So Julie from Keep Calms with Book and Coffee would be so proud of me. So yeah, I'm gonna go read a chapter or 2 chapters of this to kind of solidify myself in the world, and then I want to read to 50 pages of this. So yeah, those are my plans. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Planning on listening to like something and physically reading something, but honestly my brain right now is just like a little bit fried, so I'm probably just gonna like read it and listen to it, and maybe eventually like switch over. But the past couple of times whenever I try to listen to the audiobook, it hasn't like drawn me in. But like I like the story a lot when I'm physically reading it, so I don't know. But it basically is like a little bit of a murder mystery. You follow this character who kind of becomes a governess, and she's kind of put in this family, and she's kind of working to kind of solve these crimes for like, basically it's kind of like Charlie's Angels. She's working with this upper class woman. She kind of gets put into this family. She's kind of solving crimes, like trying to like suss out information. There's also a serial killer on the loose, and the other point of view you follow is the police inspector that is kind of hunting these characters down. I've read about 25% and I am really liking it. I just like every single time I go to listen to the audiobook, I'm distracted, and I'm also like building a unit for the next couple of months, and I just like really just need to focus. So maybe tomorrow I'll just try to listen to like an audiobook maybe I'll try to like listen to music or something in my headphones. But it just has not like clicked. And also tomorrow's career day. We're all supposed to get like 3 inches of snow tomorrow. We're not gonna get a snow day as much as I would like that, but we're not. And then Thursday and Friday we're heading to break, so it's just like a little bit of like an unfocused week. The prompt was also like super vague, so like maybe I'm just like not in the mood to read this type of book right now. But nothing else is really capturing my attention. So I'm gonna go read for a little bit. I've also started watching this new, sometimes you could tell like my brain's like not focusing on anything. I don't want to watch booktube. I don't want to watch any movies or TV shows. So I'm just in the mood to like watch like people talk about stuff, like life stories, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm watching right now either. But I'm just a little bit tired. I just feel a little bit drained, which happens every once in a while. So I'm gonna go try to read my book and try to just like decompress and relax. Tomorrow I have to go get my hair done. It's also a mismatch day at work, which will be fun to kind of gather a collection of stuff to wear that for. But I will talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow. Bye. Book check-ins. I don't look that hot. I apologize. It is Thursday and I'm home from work. Yesterday was like just like a weird day. We've had just like a weird couple of weeks, like with work and stuff. I have break next week, but I really wasn't feeling well when I was teaching, and I have had issues in the past when I've passed out when I was teaching, or way back in the day I threw up when I was teaching. and that tends to like spikes my anxiety if I'm like teaching kids and I like I freak myself out. So I went down. I had really, my blood pressure numbers were all off the charts, so I went home. I took today off. I'm going to the doctor. I feel like it's just like a combination of stress, a sinus infection, and also like anxiety. But I do know that going into a break is also a little bit stressful, and I stayed home on a Wednesday. I never stay home on a Thursday because I have rehearsal, and my kids get really upset if I miss rehearsal, but I don't want to get anyone sick. And I also think I do have something going on because my focus this week has like sucked. I can't focus on anything, which is why it's taken me so long to read this. Originally the plan was to physically read Water Moon, because it is a special edition, and I thought that I could get through this book like I've been trying to, but also like physically listen to like an audiobook, which was going to be Never Blow a Kiss, and just see which one I finish first. That has clearly not happened today because I have literally just been reading this and I'm reading it really, really slow. It's Thursday and I just got to 50%, so my brain has really not been functioning as well as I wanted, but it's a fun book and I feel like I would love the audiobook, but right now I can't retain any information in my brain, even like I have to like be physically reading something. And I don't know, I also think I'm dealing with a little bit of Onyx Storm burnout because I really did love that book. I think that was like my favorite book of the year so far. It's like really, really strong. I've been watching other people's vlogs and people haven't been liking it as much, but I have really, really enjoyed it. So I got to 51% in this book, and honestly, like my brain is just like needs something to focus on right now. Yesterday I came home and I had such a big headache I couldn't do anything. But it's basically follows this character who's kind of like a governess, and she's kind of in this spy network with this lady. She kind of gets put with this family, and there's murders happening, which works well for Greta Clue because it will count as a murder mystery. And she's kind of giving information to this lady, and she kind of gets, you know, involved with this detective that's trying to solve the murders, and that's where we are. So I'm 51%, 175 pages into this book, and I am really, really liking it. But every single time I pick up the audiobook, I feel like it's like pointless and useless. I even tried picking up a different audiobook, and I'm just having a really hard time like focusing on anything. So I may just take today, go to the doctor, see what the doctor says, and then just go from there. But yeah, I definitely feel like a little bit off, and yeah, so that is the plan. That's what I'm doing. I'm reading this. I'm trying to just catch up on YouTube again. My focus is just not the greatest, so I want to like kind of take a little bit of a mental break. I would like to go back to work tomorrow just so I could start break fresh, but honestly, like headaches and sinus stuff is just really, really bad for me because then I get really, really dizzy, and I have issues with that in the past. So yeah, that's where we are. I was doing so good this year too. I was doing so good. Last year sucked a lot with like taking days off because I had a lot of illness and stuff going on with my family, and I got sick a lot. I had another issue as well last year, so it was just like a really, really stressful time. And I was like so happy that like I didn't have any illnesses, and like at last this has happened like twice in a row. So that is where we are. But yeah. So I'm just gonna like kind of go back and read a little bit. I have to go to the doctor, but I just feel so much pressure here, here, and here, and I don't even feel that congested. Like that's like the problem. Like I don't feel that congested. Sorry, I'm rambling. I also got a package from Jess from Peace Loves Book. I think I mentioned that in my previous clip, and I was gonna unbox it, and then I got distracted. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm gonna go read a little bit more of this. And I'm just gonna kind of keep reading because reading actually keeps my brain moving, and I think it will help. But yeah, so that is my plan. Yeah, I don't know. I hate getting sick. I hate feeling like this, but I also like know that like I would not be helpful to anyone if I went to work. So yeah, that is the plan. All right, I'm gonna go read, and when I get up to 75% of this, I will give you guys an update. Bye. Hey friends, I definitely am on the mend. I have medicine now. Still don't feel 100%, but I'm gonna be okay. So I did wind up finishing Never Below a Kiss by Lindsay Lovis, and I wound up giving this book like 3.75 stars. I did like it. I just feel like between being sick, being in a bit of a book hangover from Onyx Storm, nothing is really hitting, and I think my focus has really sucked this week. So, but I liked it. I think if you like spy-based stories, I think if you like pure romance, I did like this book. I just didn't love the characters as much. I'm really interested in book 2, and I don't normally physically read my historicals, so maybe that's why I had a little bit of like just like a connection issue, but whenever I picked up the audiobook I just could not focus on it. So I'm gonna give this book 3.75 stars. I'm gonna count this from my ballroom book, and now I have a little bit of time off, and honestly, like, all I want to do is read and just kind of escape into something new. So I don't have anything that I'm required to read. I did all my review stuff, which is exciting, so I don't have to like worry about that. I don't know what this is going to give me, so we're going to see what is a bonus book that I can read. Hopefully it's short, but we'll see what are my options. Ooh, a book with primarily one cover colors. Ooh, okay. Well, I could read this, because this is like legit, like all blue, like legit all blue, right? Yeah, this is like literally like an all blue cover, so I could read this. This has like all blue as well. This is all blue. No, this is like not all blue. It needs, all right, let me kind of look to see what I can get for, I have options. Obviously, it could be purple, it could be One Dark Window. Okay, let me go look at what I have that could work for all, like primarily one cover. I want to pick something that's shorter because tomorrow was like, today and tomorrow I really have, so I go find something that's mostly one color, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to check in with you all and see what I have chosen. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the first chapter of Dagger and Flame because I have wanted to read this. It is YA. And then I'm going to read the first chapter of Watermoon and just see which one I think I'm going to probably read quicker. I'm not trying to speed read. I'm going to like go back to watching a show and like listening to stuff. But that is kind of my plan. So if I had to choose the one I'm probably going to pick, I would probably say Dagger and Flame. But I do want to read both of these. So these are both going to be my goal books, like to see how much I can read. And then tomorrow morning, I will probably input this all and see how long the vlog is. It's probably not that long. I also feel like cold, but it's probably because I am sick. Sorry, I'm just like, my brain's a bit fried. But yeah, alright, so I'm going to go read the first 2 chapters and see kind of the one that I'm going to decide on. And then you guys will see me when I have read 50 pages of something, and giving you a bit of an update. I don't know, this will count as an arc that I have to read as well. And they're both like, this is like literally mostly an all red cover, and this is all mostly a blue cover. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna come back and give you guys an update. I'm also on sprints, but really I just want something that I can like read and not like kind of turn my brain off for a little bit. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go get some reading in, and then I'll talk to you guys when I have an update. Bye. Hey chickens, I'm back. I'm watching some podcasts. Again, I'm saying I'm having some focus issues, so I can't really watch any TV shows right now, but I made some progress. I read about 55 pages in Watermoon, and I am liking it. I think that it's definitely a cozy book. So basically you follow this character, and she is about to inherit a pawn shop from her father, and their pawn shop works a little bit differently. It's not a pawn shop for like things, it's a pawn shop for like choices. So like if you're torn between 2 choices and then you're always regretting the choice, you can kind of give it to the pawn shop and they hold your choice. And then at the end of the week, the collectors come and kind of take your choices. And she's about to inherit it, so her dad's about to retire. And you're kind of learning about their history as well. And then you kind of learn that her mom was killed for stealing a choice, which I think is very, very interesting. And then like the first chapter, as she's gonna like kind of take over the shop, you like the next morning she was drinking with her dad, so she thinks like, you know, yada yada yada, things are not going that well, like she's having a rough time waking up. But she goes downstairs and finds her drawer is like destroyed and her father is missing and she doesn't know what happened. And then you dive into an interaction with a med student that comes into her shop, and then you're kind of diving into his history a little bit. So it's more like a character study, and you do get character studies for all the people that come into shop, which is interesting. So it's kind of like little like vignettes. But yeah, I am liking it. I think I'm gonna read another 50 pages. I'm doing sprints tonight. Well, not sprints, but I'm doing a watch along with Mel tonight for Eleanor Reed. She's doing the second season of Stranger Things, and I think if I don't sit in my house all day, I can actually get up and like watch, because that's the problem. When I'm sick, I just sit and then I get more dizzy. So, but tomorrow I'm gonna be home all day as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go read another 50 pages of this and then give you guys like an update. I also do have The Dagger and the Flame on that I may read like 100 pages of as well, because I am liking this, but I also need something a little bit more fast paced. So I don't know, I am enjoying it. I really do like this edition though. But yeah, definitely cozy, and I like that the choices. There's some really, really good quotes in this book as well, and I'm having a fun time. I've only read 50 pages, so I don't want to talk too much, but I am liking it. So I'm going to go read a bit more, and then when I get about 51 pages in, I will give you guys an update. Big check-ins, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. It is Valentine's Day, but I am home from work, so I am reading a bit. I did yesterday wind up reading part 1 of Waterman, and I am intrigued by this book. It does have a very interesting narrative style. Basically, you follow, as I said in the previous thing, you follow this main character. She works at this pawn shop. She found out her dad has gone missing, and this random medical student is kind of coming in to her path, and they're kind of going on this mythical adventure to kind of find her father. The world is like the writing style is very, very lyrical, and I do like all the quotes. I think it's a very, very quote-worthy book. I think I still need a bit more to feel connected to the characters, so I'm gonna read to part 2, which is like 180 pages. I think I'm just going to kind of binge, well, not binge read it, but I'm gonna kind of pause and take some breaks that I didn't do yesterday. And then I'm gonna kind of figure out what I want to do. I do think I'm gonna kind of diamond paint a little bit today and pick up an audiobook. I think I'm gonna pick up The Scorpion Queen. It is one of my Owl Cry books that I have to read, and I have an audiobook, an ALC from Libra FM, so I think I'm gonna pick that up and hope that I can like focus on it. But because as I said, this whole vlog I've been having some serious focus issues. Also this weekend is the graphic novel and like 48 hour like readathon for Rainy Boot Reads, for her readathon, so I would like to participate in that also. So that is the plan. The plan mostly today is to read and drink a lot of water, because that helps when you're when you're not feeling great. So that is the plan. I'm gonna go read this. I'm also watching the episode of Scamanda on Hulu, so I'm gonna watch that. But you guys will see me when I have got to page 180 in this. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I'm back. So I don't know if it's because this is like very, very purple prosy, but it's also not hitting right now. So I'm gonna put it down anyway because a prompt dropped for Get a Clue, and this does not work for Get a Clue, at least I don't think it does. So the prompt for Get a Clue as a dining room is to read a book that has like a family or a friend group. So I'm gonna pick up I've started the audio because I got it from Libra FM as a teacher. So Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, and this is the sequel to The House on the Cerulean Sea. And I read like, I don't know, like the first like maybe like 30 pages of this one, and it just follows the characters like as they're like adventuring, and it's like after the past. But I think I'm on chapter 2, so I'm on like maybe like chapter 28. But it basically follows these characters. If you start with, is it Linus? Arthur, when he's kind of going back to his old foster home where he lived and trying to get it ready for the home that he's going to have with his, future things. And then you jump back to the present where him and Linus are kind of managing their children. But this, I don't know if I'm going to read it this weekend or I'm not going to read it this weekend, because it's not like, I'm going to probably count this like next week. But because I really need something else to read, I'm going to pick up Skander and the Phantom Rider by A.F. Sedman. This book, middle grade books always have a really, really solid like friend group, and this definitely does. There also is family dynamics in here as well. So yeah, my goal is to read like the first, like, I don't know, like 100 pages of this book. It is a sequel, and it has been on my TBR to like finish and make some progress in series. So that is the plan, is to get up to page like 100. Maybe get up to page like, I'm gonna get up to chapter 6. I read the first 6 chapters. Hopefully I don't feel that confused because I read the other one a while ago. But yeah, this will be my audio. If I decide I sat up for a little bit, I still feel a little bit dizzy, so. But this one I'm gonna put down. I'm not DNFing Watermoon. I'm just putting it down for the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna go read The Phantom Rider, see how far I can get, and I'm also watching the new Goosebumps series on Hulu. So yeah, I also did get tickets for BookCon at Barnes & Noble, which I don't know how that happened because I never get lucky. I got tickets for that, which is fun, and I'm gonna be going all by myself, but that's fine. So yeah, I will see you when I have read 100 pages of this and see how long it takes me. But yeah, we'll touch you guys soon. Bye. Okay, so considering this vlog was such a hot mess express, I'm gonna end it. So this vlog started off so positive, but we did finish some books. We just started a lot and didn't really finish a lot. So I started like 7 things in this vlog and finished like 1. I finished Never Blow a Kiss by Lindsay Lovis. I started so many things, and honestly, I thought this week was going to be great, and then as the week went on, I started to get sicker and sicker, and it just really affected my focus. Probably should have known something was wrong on like Tuesday and not Wednesday, but I didn't notice that. I just was like all caught up in what I was doing. So yeah, I've not been feeling that great, but I did wind up getting 100 pages into Scanning in the Phantom Rider, and I am really, really liking this book. But because this book is a mostly blue cover, I am going to save this for the end of this weekend and just read it for a bonus book for like the end of it, because I feel like I will really like this. I am liking the characters. It's also quick. It's a middle grade. It's characters that I like. So I really do want to keep reading this book. I want to come back to it on Sunday night when the readathon is over. And I'm not going to read anything else. So yeah, thank you so much for dealing with me with this vlog. It was a bit of a hot mess express, but like, are we shocked? That's kind of how things go. So I will talk to you guys from another vlog soon. The next vlog you will see is my 48-hour scramble vlog, where I'm trying to read as many things as I can. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.